morning. Twisters versus Titans, I believe. Ferguson taking the drop, entry. Apologies, already a score. OWA White is who we're playing. First one on the board for the Twisters. I missed it as I was trying to recall some information, but I believe that was Ferguson. We'll have to play that back later. Twisters first on the scoreboard with 1-0. OWA taking possession, but quickly turn over to Belknap. Takes a shot on goal, deflected back in the corner. OWA trying to get the puck behind the net and loses it. Jayden Johnson takes a shot from the blue line, just gets off the pad and goes in the corner. Phenow battling it out, looking for somebody to pass to as he's getting cornered up, and turn over to OWA. Puck lost among some skates. OWA entering the zone. You can see a pass, shot on Miller, goes high. Schmidt trying to clear the zone, doesn't quite make it. Shot on goal, covered by Miller. OWA taking the drop. Gets deflected off some skates as they tried the pass, and they do take a shot, and does get behind Miller, tying up the game 1-1. Ferguson ready to take the drop again. OWA pushes it back, gets past their blue line. Biessell trying to get out to the races, but OWA gets a stick on it. A little discussion around the neutral zone. Looks like Ferguson's going to take it. Hendrickson right there with them. A lot of OWA on Ferguson. Biessell trying to get it clear as it rings down the net for OWA, put a stick on it. White Anderson stepping up, taking care of his man. Pass over to Hendrickson. Back to Schroeder. Schroeder's going to push it up to Biessell. Biessell's going to take a shot, saved by a goaltender for OWA. And Phenow at forwards. Johnson and Rohe back on defense. OWA trying to get it clear. And good stick on it. Keeps it in. Otherwise, an offsides could have been potentially called. Shot and deflected. Loose puck still in the slot. Lost amongst some skates and put back in the corner by OWA. OWA trying to clear it again, but Phenow is ready to grab it. Takes a wrister, takes a shot. Oh, hits bar down and goes out. Does not go in. Johnson battling out, grabs it. Getting short. Oh, just on the back side of the net. Good shot. Johnson going to try to get back to the defense. Grabs the puck as OWA try to pass it and dumps it deep. Phenow takes one and deflects it. Shot on goal, gets shot, saved and pushed over to the corner. Good clear on OWA as Twisters have to take up. Rohe taking his time with it, looking for a proper pass. Getting some pressure by OWA. Trying to pass it up. Belknap losing a skate, but Garner real quick back. Takes a shot from afar, saved by the goaltender of OWA. Icing on OWA will bring it 11:32 left on the first period. Score 1-1. Twisters first on the board. OWA followed up shortly. Moroni taking the drop. Back to Schroeder. Schroeder looking for a tip from Moroni. Saved by the goaltender. OWA does get a good clear. Good take up by B. Puck getting lost amongst some skates. Good keep in by Anderson. OWA trying to get it out and does successfully get it out, but quickly turned over to Wyatt Anderson. Neutral zone discussion back and forth, but OWA is going to enter into the zone. And OWA tried to get a centering pass over to the Twisters. Schmidt getting tied up a little bit, but OWA taking it out through the neutral zone, entering in, and again lost the puck. Looking for a pass up to DeZeeuw, couldn't quite get it there. OWA is going to dump it in, with Schroeder able to retrieve it. Running into an OWA, turning it over, centering pass, just gets off him, gets past and goes to another, and shot on goal saved by Miller. Ferguson taking the drop for the Twisters. Won by OWA, pushed back. Intercepted by OWA, or Twisters. OWA has to take up, they do so. Ferguson trying to get it over, and just hits off a skate as OWA dumps it in. Johnson racing off, pick it up. Oh, maneuvering some OWA, skating up with it. He's got Ferguson with him. Takes a shot hard, goes high up with centering option, but OWA breaks it up. Rohe back on the line, takes a shot, hits off and into the net for out of play. Ferguson taking the drop, 9:47 left in the first. OWA takes the drop. Good pass out of the zone. Johnson there to collect. Dumps it in. OWA meeting with some Twisters. A little miscommunication on the Twisters. Johnson's going to try to push up the board. Able to get it to his man for OWA, I should say. Good clear. OWA looking at passing back and forth, but miscalculation, hands it over to Biessell. Biessell's coming in, takes a shot, just gets saved. And good shot on goal. Schmidt's got possession, just turned over to OWA. Johnson trying to keep it in, one-on-one here. Jackson Rohe. Deflects, shot on goal, saved by Millers. Rohe trying to grab it away from OWA. OWA looking for a centering option. Gets interrupted. Schmidt passes up to Phenow, looking for a pass over to Schmidt. Just couldn't make that happen. Great execution though. OWA passing it over. 4 Twisters right on top of OWA as their line's still back. Neutralized discussion. And Wyatt Anderson taking it in. Gonna see a shot maybe. Backhand saved by the goaltender. Loose puck in the slot, and we've got a goal. Who do we got? I think it's Belknap. I hope I'm saying that right still. Puts the Twisters at 2-1. line change. Rohe, DeZeeuw, and Schmidt on the line. OWA trying to get a center, but nobody there except for Schroeder. Schroeder's going to try passing up, intercepted by OWA. OWA around in the back of the net, looking to squeeze one in, but covered by Miller. Diving save for OWA, trying to get the puck to stay in, but escaped with a good clear. Pass up to Moroni. Moroni's got eyes on DeZeeuw. DeZeeuw's got a stick on it, but bounced off. OWA able to get a good clear. Wyatt Anderson skating in. Oh, interceptions by OWA as collides with them. Good stick by Moroni as OWA tried to pass, but OWA still able to maintain a little control as they, but DeZeeuw comes in and pushes it back into the corner. Still OWA picking up. Trying to get it clear, but doesn't get out there. Schroeder pushes it in. Schmidt going in for 2 minutes. This puts the Twisters on a penalty kill. Heavy defense expected. Ferguson taking the drop, but OWA taking the success of that. Coach reminding the players that we have the ability to ice it as a man down. OWA coming in looking for tapping. Ferguson grabbing it. Has the option here. Short-handed. Takes a shot on goal. And it deflects off the goalie's glove and goes in. Short-handed for Ferguson. Puts one in. Short-handed goal for Ferguson puts Twisters at 3. OWA as 1. OWA taking the drop, but push it back in the neutral zone. Johnson picks it up. Johnson skating with it. Gonna see a hard shot. Good save on goaltender for OWA. Pushes it over to the side. OWA picking it back up. Looking for a pass up, but Phenow is there to grab it and tap it over for Hendrickson. Hendrickson's gonna line up. Oh, another bar out. Twice that's happened to the Twisters. Now trying to break up that pass. Rohe forcing his man off the puck. Hendrickson skating it up with Phenow just off the stick. A lot of opportunities to potentially still get this, but good interception by OWA in front of the net. And Twisters lose possession. 39 seconds left of the penalty kill. Hendrickson puts one on, goes to the crease. Johnson's got the puck, passes it up to Schmidt. Schmidt miscalculates on a pass. 15 seconds left here of the penalty kill. Phenow intercepting it. OWA dumps it in. Johnson's going to look for a pass over to Schmidt. Twister's going to be back at full strength in 2-1. Schmidt keeping it in, battling out with her man. Twister's back at full strength. OWA taking it through the neutral zone. Interrupted by the Twisters. Hendrickson up to Schmidt. Sorry, that's Belknap up to Schmidt. OWA having possession in their zone right now. Clearly taking it out of the neutral zone. 3-on-3 hockey for a little bit. Takes a shot on goal. Saved by Miller. Loose puck and covered by Miller. .3:59 left in the first period. Twisters up 3-1. Moroni ready to take the drop for the Twisters. OWA able to push it back to their defensive line, taking a shot on goal. Gets deflected off some sticks and gloved by Miller. Moroni getting a little schooling on the drop. Shot on goal, saved by Miller. Shot goes high and wide, back in the corner. Schmidt ready to try to clear it out. Gets it past his line. Moroni not having the wheels quite enough there to get it. And OWA takes it back at the blue line. Schroeder intercepts it, passes it over to Anderson. Anderson still maintaining possession, pushes it up to Schmidt. Schmidt's got 3 of them with him. 97, Moroni coming in, grabbing it. Looking for a centering option, the DeZeeuw. And it does go in. Moroni DeZeeuw, slow roller into the crease, and that will put the Twisters at 4-1. Twisters' last game of their season. Ferguson taking the drop. OWA able to maintain control and enter into the zone. Tries to get a shot on goal, but gets some deflection. Looking for an option over the corner. Shot on goal, and puts one in. OWA 2, Twisters 4. Henderson's trying to get off the shot, intercepted by OWA. Ferguson trying to grab it as well, but OWA able to clear the zone, skating with it through the neutral zone. Matches up with Johnson. Passed over, and Ferguson now entering the zone. See a shot on goal, deflected by the goaltender behind the net. Another centering option. Ferguson's still there, gonna wind it. Grabs a pad off of the OWA. Another shot, but deflected and saved by an OWA player. OWA skating through the zone. Ooh. Ferguson's got control, taking another shot. Gloved by OWA Tendy. Thanks, Uncle Fred. Brayden is going to be playing on the blue team. He is number 97. I'll holler out when he's out, not out at this point. OWA white, Twisters blue. Pass back to Jackson Rohe. And round in the corner over to Belknap, 58. Trying the center to Phenow 5, red helmet. OWA able to grab it in the corner. Meets a stick of Phenow. Schmidt tried to put one on net, just got intercepted. Cleared the zone from OWA. Roy skating up with it. Gets deflected on OWA. Johnson looking for it on the boards. Belknap able to dump it in. OWA trying to get a good clear. And that's going to be an icing on OWA. Line changes on both sides. Moroni coming out for the drop with DeZeeuw and Schmidt on the wings. Schroeder and Anderson on defense. Great win by the Twisters passing over to Schmidt, unable, gets a shot off goal, but not able to put it back in there. OWA taking control. OWA entering the zone. Oh, just a misjudge on the pass as DeZeeuw grabs it. Passes up to Schmidt, one-on-one hockey. Moroni coming up with them. Trying to get over to Moroni, and good clear on OWA. Gonna be a 2-on-2 hockey. OWA trying to make something, takes a shot, iron. Little confusion on the refs. I believe they're gonna call a high sticking as high sticking on OWA when they tried to get the goal. And so they're gonna call it back. No goal on OWA. Good attempt, but fortunately that will not fly. Ferguson taking the drop. Cleared the zone. Yep, offsides on Twisters. OWA taking the possession on the face-off. Neutral zone back and forth. And OWA able to dump it in. Looking for a centering option, interrupted by Schroeder's skates. Still looking for a centering pass, but not able to do it. As Wyatt Anderson puts a stick on it. Oh, that is the end of the first period. Not watching that clock. Have a 1-minute intermission here as the coaches talk to the teams, rile them up. End of the first period, we're going to have Twisters at 4, OWA at 2. We have another player mic'd up this game. Again, the goalie cam. We'll be broadcasting that later. Check the YouTube page out. Second period. Good chatter going on between the Twisters, talking it out. OWA taking it through the zone. Rohe trying to stop it. Holding up his man. Phenow able to grab it. Phenow skates it past, but just a little bit off of the stick as OWA able to pick it up. Pass it back to Rohe. Rohe's going to take a shot off the shin guards of OWA. Phenow is going to try to pick it up in the corner. Has a little spill. Back to Rohe. Rohe's going to wind up. Nope, looking for a pass out front. Round in the corner. It'll be quite out in front and center, except for a number of OWA. Ducking that back to Johnson. Johnson's going to try to take a shot. Hits off the guards, the shin pads of OWA. Just loses it underneath the skates. Looking for a pass out front and center as OWA was getting hard in. Belknap trying to race off. No icing. Takes a shot. Gloved by goaltender of OWA. 13:40 remaining in the second period. Line change coming out for both sides. Moroni, Schmidt, and DeZeeuw on forwards. Anderson and Schroeder back on defense. Moroni taking the drop. Pushing it back over to Anderson. Anderson couldn't get his stick quite on it and turned over to OWA. OWA off to the races. Have one coming up in center, nobody on him. And OWA loses it in the corner. Moroni pushes over to Schmidt. Schmidt's going to pick it up along the boards, but OWA quickly intercepts. Centering option didn't quite get the intended. Moroni's picking it up in the corner. Tossing up to Schmidt. Just off the stick of Schmidt. Schmidt's getting tied up. OWA does pick it back up. Moroni's there to retrieve it with Wyatt Anderson. Moroni up to DeZeeuw. DeZeeuw trying to make something of it. Moroni pushing it past his guy, passing it back to DeZeeuw. DeZeeuw takes a shot and saved by the goaltender. Good pass, good shot. Good save. Line change with Ferguson, Hendrickson, Biessell out on forwards. Schroeder and Wyatt Anderson on D. Shot on goal quickly off the face-off, saved by the Tendy. Drop comes back to Schroeder. Schroeder's going to wind up, gets the skate off the OWA. Biessell keeping it in, passing over to Hendrickson. Hendrickson's going to line up. Takes a shot. Oh, another iron it looks like. This time goes up though. Hendrickson trying to push on the issue. OWA having a good clear. Skating it up. Yep, offsides. OWA thought his man was going in, quickly deked out, and unfortunately that caused an offsides on OWA. Now Schmidt on forwards along with blank on who the right winger is right now. Bucknell. Schmidt dumps it in behind the net, but OWA able to grab it and pass up to their man, top of the circle. Coming out, skating out. Got a stick on it, no icing's going to be called. OWA trying to get it centered, Rohe there to deflect it. OWA again trying to get it out. Good stick reach by Belknap. Belknap's out to the races. He's going to have a solo shot, looking for it. No, just hits the pipe again on the side. Back to Johnson. Johnson going to take a shot. Loose puck and diving save for the Tendy to cover up. Line change on twisters. Moroni, DeZeeuw, and Schmidt on forwards. Quick shot on goal covered by Tendy. OWA grabbing the possession after the face-off. Out of the zone. Skinning it up. Passing over to DeZeeuw. DeZeeuw's going to enter it in. 2-on-2 hockey. He's with Schmidt. Takes a shot, gets off the shin pad of an OWA player. OWA trying to get a clear, does get a clear as it skates, goes by a Rohe, it looks like. Johnson trying to cover his man, gets a good stick on it, knocks the puck loose. And good clear for the Twisters. Good OWA pass up. Shot on goal goes wide behind the net. Johnson's going to swing by to pick up. Moroni trying to tie up his man. OWA taking a shot, goes wide. OWA passing it back. Moroni gets a good stick on it, passes it up, but DeZeeuw can be, OWA tries to get it clear, but Moroni able to pick it up, skating it by, getting to take a shot, and goes high above the net. Johnson's going to pick it up at the blue line, dumps it in. Moroni out to the corner. OWA does get a good pass back to the blue line, but Rohe is there to pick it up. Rohe gets it knocked loose. Johnson's going to pick up. Takes a hard shot, goes wide. Ferguson's got on the pickup. Nobody really pushing the issue. Going to go back and forth. Pass back to Johnson. Johnson takes a hard shot. And it's good stick deflection. Twister's going to take over control. Johnson gets a good clear to Biessell. Biessell skating it up. Biessell's got one other for a save, and no, Biessell takes it to the house, puts one in the back of the net, putting it for number 5 for the Twisters. 9 minutes, 5 seconds remainder of the second period. Refs having a little discussion with Johnson over there. Love to see what that was all about, as Johnson did have didn't see it, but he was the one standing with OWA on the ground, so, but no penalty called on that. OWA taking possession, trying to clear the zone, do clear the zone. Henrikson's there to pick it up. Ferguson takes up. Pass back to Ferguson. Ferguson's trying to get on it. Biessell as well. And knocked to the side. OWA is going to pick it up, looking for their pass out. Biessell and Wyatt Anderson discussing over who's going to grab it, but OWA able to clear the zone. Oh. Trying to hit a board in deflection, but goes a little high and hits coach on OWA. Phenow ready to take the drop. Belknap and Schmidt. A little offsides, a little anxious on the Twisters. Pull it back. 8:09 still in the second period. Twisters up 5. OWA 2. Twisters able to take it in. Phenow has one on him, letting them know, keeping the pressure on. Good defense going on by OWA with that. They'll be able to push it over in the corner. They're holding their man. Pass back to the blue line. Wyatt Anderson's going to line up. Takes a shot, almost a tip-in by OWA, as they're trying to get a stick on it to get a good save. In the corner, Belknap picks it up, pushes it back to Schroeder. Schroeder takes a hard one in. Schmidt was just about there to take another wind up, but not quite. Phenows grabbing the puck, but OWA able to put a stick on it and try to chop it out. But Phenows still back in there. Centering option. Lots of maneuvers there. Shot on goal goes wide. Wyatt Anderson keeping the line in at the, puck in the line. Schmidt taking a shot, goes wide. High sticking happening, which will bring the puck down. change on the Twisters. Moroni taking a drop. OWA taking a soft one in. Going to be covered. Nope, not covered up by Miller. OWA tried the main possession, but got through him. Good pass by DeZeeuw. Oh. Twisters got to take back up as they lost possession, entering in the zone. OWA has an opportunity, takes a shot, goes wide. OWA passing it back to the line. Moroni and DeZeeuw there. 2-on-1 hockey. Pass up to DeZeeuw. Just gets off a stick. Oh. Moroni slow to his feet, gets it up, pushes it over to Schmidt, and Schmidt puts one in the back of the net. It looked like Moroni maybe planned to nail it into the wall and falling down all the time. Uncle Fred, hopefully that's only you that lost the sound. Maybe close out the app and come back in. I know Papa's also lost sound at one point or another, and a quick reboot of the app might resolve that. Good centering option over to Henderson, but good save by the goaltender. Trying to sneak one in, still loose puck. And pass back to Johnson. Johnson's going to wind up. Takes a hard shot, goes high above the net. Rounds back to Henderson. Henderson's back up to Ferguson. Ferguson's looking for Biessell. Biessell not able to make that happen. Henderson back to Johnson. Johnson's going to try to get one in, but passes up to Biessell. Lost underneath the skates. Good skate off of Rohe as he kept it in. Henderson's looking for his man of Ferguson. Ferguson trying to tap it back in. Looks like OWA able to clear the zone. And not able to make anything of it as OWA is looking for a quick line change. Coach telling them that they are taking the line change, get somebody on the shot on goal. Looks like saved by Tendy with a goal that popped off net. Twisters up 6, OWA 2, 4 minutes 55 seconds remaining in the second period. Now battling out. Twisters able to grab it at the blue line. White Anderson puts one in. Ooh, OWA takes a bad tumble into the boards. Battling it out. Puck's amongst those skates somewhere. Belknap sees it loose. Trying to get it back to Schroeder. Schroeder getting a stick on it. Winds up, takes a shot. Snags an OWA player as they grab it. Good defense going on by Schroeder as she was able to break up the puck. Schroeder pushes it out towards the center. Belknap able to push it through. Takes a shot wide. Schroeder looking for a centering option. Phenow almost there, but just not quite in position as OWA able to get a good clear. A little slow passing here by Twisters. OWA able to get a stick on it, takes a shot on goal, just goes to the side. Belknap trying to push it out. OWA still grabbing the puck and still maintaining. OWA pushes out forward, but in front of the net, but nobody there. Schmidt grabbing it, passing it up to Phenow. Phenow back to Schmidt, but broken up by OWA as top of the circle. Pass in, oh, loose puck. Oh, a couple shots on goal by Phenow, but unable to make that happen. Goaltender's lost on a stick. Shot goes behind the goaltender. Phenow is going to pick it up, takes another shot. OWA trying to clear. Nobody handing over the stick over to the goaltending. And that's going to be no icing. Icing waved off on this as OWA dumped it away. Looks like the Twisters might have been able to put a stick on it. OWA did get a change of line with some new legs out. Oh. Schmidt trying to pass it up, but gets stuck on Moroni. OWA maintaining possession, centering option, gets past all their men. Passing it back in front of the net and covered by Miller. .223 left in the second period. Twisters win the drop, passing over the Biessell. Biessell trying to use the boards, but OWA there to pick it up. Rohe trying to pass it up, does get past all OWA. Ferguson off to the races, but OWA might could have put a stick on it. Whoa, sorry about that. OWA did get a stick on it, put it in the corner. OWA looking for the clear, up to their man up front, but intercepted by Biessell. Rohe's going to take it, takes a shot, goes behind the net. Biessell's going to look for a centering option. Deflection, he takes another shot, goes high. OWA trying to round the boards, Biessell there to grab it first. Henderson picking up the loose. Looking for a centering option, but sticks all around. Unsure, looks like something happened with Ferguson. Eye sticking. Eye sticking on player 11, puts him in for 2 minutes. This will put the Twisters on a power play opportunity. 6-2, Twisters up. Minute 24 left in the second period. Phenow taking the drop for the Twisters. Passing it back to Schmidt. Johnson takes a shot. Gets deflected before it hits the tendy. Covered by the tendy. Johnson picking up our own zone as we had a little puck mishandling as we are on a power play. Johnson coming in strong. And just gets tied up at the very end by OWA. OWA trying to clear it, gets back to Johnson. Johnson's going to look for a shot. Goes high and wide. Sorry, off the goaltender, it goes wide. Johnson's going to wind up, takes a shot, gloved by the goaltender. 30 seconds remaining in the second period. Ferguson coming in for the drop for the last 30 seconds. Minute 7 left on the penalty power play. Twisters win the hard shot, goes just, looks like it hit the iron, bounced right. Not covered yet. "19 seconds left in the second period. OWA able to take that possession and clear the zone. Rohe looking and passing over to Johnson. 5 seconds left. Henderson's got to pick it up. And that's going to be the end of the second period. Twisters up 6, OWA 2 as we enter into the third period. We'll have a quick 1-minute intermission. Again, this is going to be the last game for the Twisters for the season. Been fun watching this group of kids learn to skate with one another and play with one another. Twisters ready to play some hockey. Twisters still on a power play opportunity for the next 36 seconds as we start the third period. Number 11 in for high sticking, I believe it was. Moroni taking the drop. DeZeeuw and Schmidt on O-line. Then they got one in the box, so no icing is going to be called. Schroeder's back there trying to get a bad stick on it from OWA. OWA takes a shot on goal, saved by Miller. Again, OWA is a man short on a penalty kill. They're maintaining some high level of control. Schmidt able to knock OWA out from getting quick possession of the puck, but White Anderson able to look for an out just to clear the zone, forcing OWA to take up. OWA entering the zone and able to push it into the corner. OWA back at full strength. Missed that a little bit ago. Trying to shove one in, and they are able to push it out in front of Miller and pass it out, and they do get one on the board, making OWA at 3, Twister 6. Ferguson taking the drop. Biessell able to push it into the zone, but quickly turned over. Hendrickson's going to pick it up in the neutral zone, pass it up to Biessell. Biessell's going to grab it right at the blue line. He's got 2 on him. He's going to look for a maneuver and does put one in. Looked like you might have been trying to pass to the other side, and goaltending tried to improvise and go over there, but left himself exposed as we were able to put one in the back of the net. Creating that deficit between the Twisters and OWA, 7-3. OWA taking it out through the neutral zone. Johnson's there in defense. Shot on goal, saved by Miller. Goes out to the side. OWA there to pick it up, but Johnson grabbing it back and trying to clear. Does get a good clear. Hendrickson over to Biessell. Biessell skating up with it. 2-on-1 hockey. Good save by the goaltender as he pushes it over. Biessell trying to push it back in front center for Ferguson. Not able to get it there. Hard shot from blue line goes wide. And the net, Hendrickson's there. Over to Rohe on the other side. Roy's going to skate his time up with it. Take his time, line it up. Nobody keeping the pressure on it. Ferguson wound up. Didn't quite make it. OWA skating through the neutral zone, entering in, meeting Johnson. takes a shot, goes behind the net. Ferguson off to the races to try to grab it. Push it over to Biessell, but intercepted by OWA. Nobody in the corner to pick it up from the Twisters. But a quick hustle by Belknap, able to get to it before OWA does. Ferguson trying to get it in. Hard shot by Johnson, goes to the left of the net. Back to Rohe. Roy's going to line up. Takes a shot. Back to Johnson. Johnson's another hard shot. Poor goaltender, probably fearing that those are going to hit one of these times. Johnson's got a wicked shot. And he's, got to take up here for the Twisters. Luckily, they're all anticipating that as they were all out. Phenow grabbing it right at center ice, trying to dump it in, but hand it over to OWA. Johnson's going to come in a little bit closer this time. Does put one in the back of the net. And it's going to make it 8-3. 11:21 left in the third period. Change of lines. Moroni, DeZeeuw, and Schmidt on offense. OWA taking the possession off that face-off. Coming in hard. Shot saved by Miller. Lost behind the back of the net, trying to center it, but not quite there. Passing it up. Just gets past DeZeeuw. DeZeeuw trying to keep it in, able to keep it in. Moroni getting tied up with a stick on the OWA player twice. A lot of chatter going out in front of the net, but nothing able to make happen. Wyatt Anderson coming in looking for a pass, gets the side of the net. Moroni taking up his man. But OWA able to take possession and skating it out. Got a breakaway opportunity here. Schmidt's on his races trying to get to him. Takes a shot. And OWA does put one in the back of the net, making it 8-4. Schmidt hot on the heels, but wasn't able to get there. Shot went off and sounded like it went bar down and in behind the goaltending of Miller. Twisters back for a vengeance, trying to make that deficit back to the 5-point lead. Centering pass just gets beyond the stick of Biessell. OWA got a stick on it, handed it out, but broke up the pass. Trying to get a good clear, but off a skate of OWA, and they're going to have possession. Looking at getting a shot on goal, covered by Miller. I believe score 8-4, Twisters up. I believe 20, Jackson Rohe also plays with the OWA team, is what my son has told me, whether that's true or not. So he knows quite a few players as we saw them hugging it out in front of the goaltender there. OWA trying to make something but hands it over to Twisters. Twisters having a breakaway. Belknap coming in. He's got Phenow with him, but broken up by OWA as they enter the zone. Good clear, and Twisters got to take up, able to do so. Phenow's got a good shin pad on it. Deflects it over to Schmidt. Schmidt's going to wind up. Takes a shot, still loose, and Schmidt follows up and puts it in. Maintaining control and following through and following the puck. They increase that deficit back again, 9-4. Twisters up. 9 minutes, 15 seconds left of the third period. OWA taking the face off, passing it back. They're trying to dump it in. icing. Lost the puck. Good clear back to the blue line. OWA is going to take a shot on net. Goes wide. Good. Out front, but not able to make it happen. Schmidt skating it up. She's got Phenow. She's going to dump it into the corner. And off to the races, anticipating where that puck's going. Phenow is going to look for a pass out front. Just gets off the stick of OWA. Belknap trying to intercept that. Neutral ice, OWA takes possession. They're skating it in. Belknap keeping the pressure on. Pass over to Phenow. Phenow is going to pass it out, and a little too much sauce on it will be an icing. No icing. Offsides. Twisters have the take up. Schmidt taking it in, dumping it in. OWA going to take possession, trying to tap it up the boards. Defense line change real quick. And we're going to see an icing call on OWA. I think they were looking for a change of legs. Moroni, DeZeeuw, and Schmidt on forwards. Johnson and Rohe back on defense. Moroni trying to get it out of the skates. Schmidt's going to see a shot potential and saved by goaltending. Drop. Moroni pushes it back to Johnson. Johnson's going to wide up. Takes a shot. Ooh. Looked like it might have hit the chin guard of the goaltender's mask. Back and forth discussion behind the boards. Moroni's going to take it. Looking for a centering option over to Johnson. Johnson's got to step up. Takes a shot, but deflected by some OWA. OWA able to push it through. Maybe a little too much sauce. No, Rohe is able to pick it up. Loses the puck behind on the side of the net. OWA able to pick it up, but quickly turned over. Passing up to DeZeeuw. DeZeeuw's going to get his stick tangled up, but still gets a shot off and hits the goaltender's glove, but bounces out into the back of the net, putting the Twisters up 10-4. 6-point lead by the Twisters will actually create a running time scenario in the Twisters' favor. It's been a career-building season for the Twisters. Anybody who tuned in for Moroni's Lightning League a couple years ago was a career builder. And Twisters having a success here in their last game so far. Henderson up the races in the corner looking for Biessell. Biessell's going to grab it. Takes a shot on goal, hits the pole and goes in behind the net. Henderson's able to pick it up. Looking for maybe Schroeder back on the line. Schroeder's going to line up. Looking for a tip in. Didn't quite make that. OWA clearing. And good clear. We're going to see a shot on goal. Saved by Miller. But with the deflection, OWA is going to close that gap. And 10-5 now. 5:39 left in the third period. Taking possession here on the face-off, but quickly turned over to Ferguson, grabs it neutral ice. A little discussion along the boards. Henderson able to come out of it. Winding up, backhand, over to Biessell. Great execution, but just got off the stick of Biessell. Ferguson looking at trying something else. Saved by the Tendy. Line changes all around. 5:16 left in the third period. 10-5. Twisters leading. Phenow taking the drop with Schmidt and Belkamp on the wings. Out of play. Puck out of play by OWA. Face off back to Johnson. Johnson's going to take a shot. That looked like it hurt again. Battling out. Johnson able to grab it. Skating hard in. Nobody wants to be in front of his shot. Pulled goaltender. Good save by the 10. He pushes it off. Good flip in from Schmidt behind the net. OWA still trying to get it clear. Schmidt takes a shot, puts it over the tendy, and puts it back of the net. Increasing that deficit for OWA as it is 11 Twisters, 5 OWA. Running time, 4 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in the third period. Again, anytime a team is over by 6 points, it'll turn into running time. Lost at center ice, but quickly gathered up by OWA. OWA is coming in, skating hard. Shot on goal, saved by Miller. Four minutes remaining in the third period. Moroni taking the drop. OWA taking a shot, didn't quite make it there. Looked like it hit their own player maybe. Deflected down. Schmidt skating it up. Moroni's got it, pushing it in. Sorry, that was Schroeder. Schroeder gets a good stick on it, pops it up, but OWA with the clear. Schmidt grabbing it, clearing the zone. Moroni trying to step up on it, but OWA tries to dump it in. Anderson able to pick it up, leaves it behind. OWA taking a shot, pushes it off from Miller back into the corner. 3 minutes remaining. DeZeeuw picking it off the boards. Got Moroni with him. Moroni's going to pick it up. Moroni looking for a pass, but intercepted by OWA. Twisters takes a shot, coming in high from the blue line, and good save by the Tendy. Two minutes, 30 seconds remaining, third period. Face off, OWA tries to get it clear, back to Johnson. Johnson not enough time to wind up. Ferguson still has got maintain of the puck. Skating around. Woo! The collision takes, OWA takes Ferguson down. Anderson coming in as he took possession right on the blue line, takes a shot. Oh, slow roller, just goes side of the net. Sorry, not having a good zoom on this. OWA pushing it. Rohe's gonna pick it up and take a shot out of the zone. Biessell's gonna try to pick it up, getting his man tied up. Twisters needing the take up and able to do so as OWA tried to get it out. Ferguson tried to pass it over, hit a skate off of OWA. Minute 30 remaining here in the third period. OWA taking possession, skating out of the neutral zone. Passing it up just beyond his man. Johnson's going to pick it up. Johnson's looking for the pass, long pass. And a little too much shots. Actually favored on the ref as he looked like he got a skate on it, stopping it from an icing potential. OWA taking through the zone. Offsides by OWA with a minute remaining. We'll see one more face-off. OWA winning the faceoff. Schmidt coming on with it. She's got a breakaway potential. Takes another shot. Saved by the Tendy. 30 seconds remaining. Seconds remaining. We'll see one more puck drop. Twisters may be hungry for one more. OWA trying to get it clear, but passing back to Belknap. Belknap pushes over to the side. Little miscommunication between Schroeder and Schmidt. And that will be the end of the game, end of the season for the Twisters, with a W happening for the Twisters on the final game. Well, thanks for joining in live as we watch the Twister season. All recaps can be found on YouTube. Again, the last 3 games, hopefully there's a goalie cam with a mic'd up player on most of these. And unsure what you're gonna encounter, as I've not myself listened to those. If you were here for Brayden Moroni, Northern Lakes Lightning season will be starting here in a couple weeks. We'll be back on the road for more hockey. It's like a never-ending sport. Thanks to Coach Ferguson for a great season with the Twisters. An educational one, learning opportunities all around. End of the game, a little fair circle. At the end, we're all just players playing a game, and once that bell rings, that is the end of the game, and we're all back to being friends. Thanks again for tuning in. See you next time.